Hi, Jewells68 here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, April 18th. You will see behind me I have more birthday blocks. I last year participated again in Hard Hat Cat's birthday block swap on Facebook, and this was the block I chose, the Easy Bow Tie. I'll put a link for the pattern. It's a free pattern at Delaware Quilts, I believe. They have a whole library of free patterns for traditional quilt blocks, historical ones, etc. Great resource. I love it, and I'll put the link below the video. I wanted brights on black. I said scrappy was fine. I said black prints were fine as long as it's still red as black. So she did a great job. These all came from Hard Hat Cat herself. Each person was supposed to send 2 blocks. She and 2 other quilters got kind of backed up and behind on their blocks for the end of the year. So those of us that were late birthdays, October, etc., hadn't received all our blocks yet. There were some family emergencies and just some things that cropped up that made it difficult to finish. Hard Hat Cat really wanted to close that swap out, so she made all of these blocks. And this, I have to say, this block is so easy. I think she cranked it all out in one evening because that's how she is. But I mentioned when I was making my sample blocks that they're so easy and fun. They're kind of addictive. It's so easy to put together. So I'm excited about that. So that means I can get all my blocks out, the ones from last year and then these, and put together a top that I like. And I have a feeling I'm going to have some blocks left over, so I can use those hopefully for a Project Linus quilt this year. I would love to get this pieced at least into a top this year. We'll see how that goes. It is on the handy dandy chart, so we'll see how that goes. And as you can see, the Wine Quilt moved from here to here. It is now quilted. It is trimmed, and it is the machine bound to the front of the quilt, and it's got its little handy clips on there to hold the binding down to the back, and it's all ready to start hand stitching the binding to the back. I don't normally do that for kids quilts, and definitely not for Project Linus quilts, because I want to make sure they can throw it in the wash, whatever. I know my sister is careful with her laundry, so she will, I'm sure, take good care of it, and will be no problems there. So hopefully next week I can show you a finished quilt, and we can move that over into the done corner. We'll see. That'll be one more in the done. Fingers crossed on that. I did end up changing the binding. This was the original binding. I already had all the pieces cut out from when I did the first top. Unfortunately, the original layout that this was for had a border all the way around it, so that this would not be touching the same fabric within the quilt, because there was like a solid-ish textured border. I think it was like a green. However, I totally changed the layout, right? So that's not the same anymore. So thankfully, after Jennifer finished my X-Files quilt, she sent all the remnants back. And there was some leftover binding, and there was some leftover fabric of the same fabric. So I managed to just have enough to get that thing bound, get the binding made, and I had a couple of feet left over. So it was a close call, but I did the math, and I felt pretty safe about it, and it all worked out. And it works much better since it's a tonal rather than a crazy print like that, because of all the additional prints and stuff that I added to that quilt. That works a lot better. So I'm very happy with that. The only other new thing I have to show you is my new shelf here, which I'm excited about. It is a 5-foot adjustable metal baker's rack kind of thing that I got at Target. They were on sale last week, and this is kind of what I wanted originally, but I couldn't get myself to spend the money last year or the year before when I got my new shelves. Anyway, this was on sale, and I had been really unhappy with the shelves I had because I was having trouble getting all of my scraps on it, let alone my regular fabric, but I couldn't even get all my little scrap bins and stuff on it. And now I do. I have all of my scraps here. I have my project bins, and I have, you know, like projects that I'm getting ready to start, etc. These kind of bins. I've got my small things of fabric. I've got a couple of drawers with pre-cuts and things like that in them. And I did buy a few more of these guys, this size, because I had batiks and some other things that were sort of exploding out of their shoebox size bin, and they needed to be upgraded to a larger bin. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I've got some yarn over here even. I had room to put a couple of fabric bins underneath. I'm really excited. So the more I use from stash, the more I can use up some stuff to where eventually I would like all of my fabric to be right here and get rid of some of these bins. So that's my goal. Right now, the focus is just use it up, use it up, use it up. Use it up or give it away. Use it up or give it away. That's the plan. So I look forward to showing off that quilt and seeing you guys next week. And I look forward to watching your videos. Bye! And I will see... Oh,